Okay, so look, I've been pretty like not opinionated about Nature Boy and everything that's going over there for a cool ass minute. Only because I do my best to not bring a lot of like attention, like poor attention to pregnant women because it's so like not good karma, right? Like it's so heavy, and that is so like my only concern has been like the women and these babies, the women and these babies. So lately, you know, people have always encouraged me like, you need to go over there, like say something, like go reach out. I had an initial conversation. At one point I was like, you know, maybe I should interview. Maybe I should like have a different approach. Let's see what he says, because I provide a different perspective, energy in terms of like conversation. I spoke with Nature Boy. I had a full hour and some change with him. Eliana was sitting next to him, and Stephanie was at the time. Just trying to like be like, hey, here I am. I'm interested. I'm still trying to figure out if this is something that I really want to do. Only because my channel doesn't really dabble in this space, right? But for the sake of the pregnant women, you know, and all these things, and people trying to like, they kind of like, Miss Wright, you know, you should really look into this. Like these women, they need you. They need this type of support, etc. We had a full conversation. I let him read my birth chart. Of course, he was like praising me, everything about what my chart represents. I'm very familiar with my chart, my rising, where my planets align, etc., what houses they sit in. And then he got really interesting at one point. Nonetheless, he left the conversation because I guess it wasn't flowing, like something happened where I guess he wasn't getting something from me. I then tried to help talk to the girls a little bit, just kind of see like, how you guys doing? Basic conversation. They asked me a bit about breastfeeding, my birth, and etc. And I had kind of shared them about that, right? And I was like, you know, well, let's revisit the idea of a interview, just to kind of see their feel for that and how I wanted to feel. That's something I really, really wanted to get into.
Right.
Fast forward to today. The past week, I guess, or the past 2 days, I guess, a whole bunch of shit happened because I've had multiple DMs in which people are like, you really need to like reach out to these women. Like, the babies is coming, the other babies got to be suffering. These women, it's like, Nature Boy's been going ham on Eliana. Nature Boy's been like dragging her, like all this kind of stuff that I've been hearing. I didn't watch all the videos. I didn't really know. I tried to like briefly brush up on a few things that people were like tagging. I went to go look at it for a little bit. I then went and like requested his like, cause he was live. I don't follow him, but I just cause that's just not something that I want in my feed. So I went ahead and just requested to join him on live solely for the intention to put it on record that sisters, I am here. I am a trusted resource. I know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to birth and parenting and nourishing our children. Like, yo, I get in the live, bro. This nigga was like, oh, here come Miss Ain't Right. Here come Miss Ain't Right. I let him have the first one. And I responded and said, oh, you wish that it could be that easy to say there's nothing right about over here, right? He ignored it. I was like, but how are you guys doing? I just wanted to literally address the mamas and be able to kind of like, how are they doing? Because it was just important for me, one, to honestly say, how are the women doing? Like, how are you guys feeling? That's just to start it off. Then the nigga said it again. Oh, some Miss Ain't Right. You was over there in Pharaoh. You was over there in Pharaoh's life. You was over there in Pharaoh's life. I'm like, okay, as the things that you always want, there's positives about all kinds of stuff. So he said something, then he said it again. And then that's when I said, look, I haven't called you out your name. I was like, you know my name. And he hung up on me. As soon as he hung up on me, he started trying to like talk so much shit about me. Everyone was like, I just didn't hang around long enough. I listened to a little bit of it. I was like, well, shit, I tried. Look, let me go back over to my little mommy circle. And he was like, that's why you ain't even with Polite. Your child ain't with Polite or something. He talking about I had a child with Polite. Then he was like, the other day, he's like, you a grown-ass woman. You a grown-ass woman. What are you doing talking to Pharaoh? You a grown-ass woman on Pharaoh's page. And then...
If that's the case, what the fuck was he doing trolling me? He started this beef with me.
No,
so
then... then he was like, he said, over here trying to clout. You just trying to clout Trey so we can make you popular. Niggas was like, what? My friend was like, what? They're
like you not the blessing in his page.
And it took me a minute because I didn't want to even bring him or like bring my channel to that platform. But I was just like, let me just put it on public record. That way I put it out there because he was accepting people on live. Let me just let everybody know, like, look, sisters, I'm available. I'm making myself available.
Right.
I'm just making myself available. Then he tried to, like, make up all this shit. Try to call. People are like, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Then one person was like, she's a doula, childbirth educator, and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, you on Young Pharaoh's page. He's like, talk to me when you've been on Oprah's channel. Talk to me when you've been on, so you discredit yourself as a doula and childbirth if you was on Pharaoh's page. And people were like, what? How? Like, how does that work? Anyways, I was just like, look, that's cool. Like, I was about to hang up.
I want to say this, right? Nature Boy killed me always trying to bring up somebody's age when it's in his favor. But he don't bring up the fact that he fucking with Ileana since she was 20. See? If we gon' be fair, be fair. Feel me? Mind you, I'm older than Ileana. I'm 25, about to be 26. I'm a grown-ass man. But with that being said, why is my age or your age a factor, but the woman you having a baby by age not a factor? Feel me? He been fucking with Ileana. Oh, they saying nice and she was 19 years old. You been fucking with this girl. You was 35. So I'm just like, bro, this nigga's so fucking garbage and so fucking trash. But you shouldn't even went over there.
Watching what you just shared about their conversation, like I had not seen any of that. And I was just like, but you made a lot of key points when you were talking about what polygamy is and how one thing that you said was really, really key was like, it's not a set, conducive, stable wife sets. Like, it's not just like, here's the wife and your children grow up and they see these same things. Because you're right. First of all, I have friends who operate in that space. I have, like, our children play with each other. They live up the street from me. I know what it is to see a polygynous set. And it's the same set of wives, right? As opposed to a constant flow of in and out of different women coming and going, right? Also, like, understanding, like, you have all these children. Like, where are the children at? Where are they going? Where are your siblings? Niggas got whole life siblings floating around this world somewhere that they may never, ever, like, be able to grow up with. But to even watch how he was talking to her and things like that, and how everybody was like, oh, this nigga is hella mad. Like, when I got on thing, like, he was hella mad. They were like, well, she didn't even say nothing. And he was just coming out on me. He had not even been that angry towards anybody else. But as soon as I got on there and said, hey, I'm just wanted to, like, talk to the wives, that nigga got so upset. Pharaoh, he was so angry. Niggas like, he hella mad. Like, but I think but in all honesty, there was a moment where I think he had told me, he was like, oh, you're going to be over here with Carbonation. I was like, oh, is that right? You think so? You know, like, weird. But it was really unfortunate that, like, that was the conversation that took place just now, as I was genuinely, intentionally just wanting to come in that space. And I just kind of, like, went live and was telling people, I was like, look, all I wanted to do was honor what you guys suggested I do, which was very important. I think it is necessary, as being that I have this space to do that, and hopefully that being something that they could feel, you know, could, like, reach out to. And it's not about, like, I have yet to come in there, like, you guys need to get out of there. I have not come from that space, because I know as a woman who is pregnant, that is not something that's going to be easily, like, resonate. That's not going to resonate very easily. It's not something that then they feel safe. If every time, as a woman, if I'm here to try to service the women, the pregnant women and the children, if I'm like, y'all need to get the fuck out of there, they're going to stop talking to me. They're not going to want to hear anything I have to say. They're not going to feel comfortable to ask me questions about their birth. They're not going to feel comfortable asking questions about their children. So all I did was try to keep a space where I'm like, look, I don't go down that route. Here I am. How can I best serve you in this way? And that was really it. But today, I'm like, okay, all right, that was just, I can't. And it's going to be very challenging. Everyone's like, oh, she's going to get out of there. But I am a single mother of 2. And one of the things that I've become really popular for is being able to thrive in the most common circumstance, right? Because it's very common for us to be single mothers, but to be able to show that you can still have joy and to be able to move forward, right? And be conducive and a nurturing, happy parent. That is not an easy feat. It is not easy. It's very challenging. There's a lot of emotional work, internal work that has to happen to be able to hit these spaces. And it's not something that goes away. I still have to get up every day and put in the work every fucking day. And it's not even day by day. It's moment by moment when you're sitting here as a single parent. And let me tell you, I have always said that I know that people follow me because they're seeing this courage and they have this thing. But oftentimes, people dread being a single mother so bad that they will stay with men who molest their children just so they do not have to be a single mother. So, that's how much people fear being a single mother. Well, they will allow men to disrespect and harm their own children before they decide that I would rather be a single mom. So keep that in mind while you guys are over there like, yo, why is she not doing this? Why is she not doing that? She needs to get the fuck out of there. Let me tell you, if anything is true about what she says about her life and the stuff, how, she'd never parents there and, who knows what that dynamic looked like with her family, she may hold on for quite some time because it's a big leap. It's a fucking jump off the mountain. It's a arrows in the heart to walk away from your child's father and be able to courageously stand in your power of I can be okay. I mean, in her mind, she doesn't think that she may be okay.
Exactly.
So just for all the women, who understand, who have children, do your best to uplift and send vibrationals, all those who understand, who work in the spiritual realm, who work with Reiki, send Reiki healing towards her from here. Send, bombard with more positive message. She is in her last trimester. It has got to be traumatic for her to be standing there next to a man who's telling her oh, I should have done A, B, and C. With disgust on his face. That, who here, as single mothers, y'all have to know that shit right there has to be so detrimental. It has to be so harmful for her while she's trying to find safe space. Keep in mind, she's in her third trimester and she has to find a good space to birth in. A lot of women have no idea what it is to hold that much mental space while dealing with traumatic spaces with their partners and still be able to have a progressive, healthy birth. So for all the healers out there, all the spiritual practitioners, those who practice the Ifa, those who understand what it is to call out to the Orishas, you know what I'm saying? The Most High, you're Christians, you're Muslims, send out that healing, send out that prayer, send out, those positive means to her because shit is real. When you're a mother in the third trimester and having serious disconnects with your child's father and not even be, and because he sat there and said he didn't want people, you know what I'm saying, he doesn't prevent people from talking to them and family members, but here it is, I was a genuine, honest soul who genuinely wanted to be able to provide support, and he shut that down real fucking quick. So if he's shutting down this over here, we can only imagine how much he's not allowing true support and help to come their way. So just be cognizant of that, sisters, brothers and sisters, and do your best to not try to drag Elian, because if we are truly concerned about that baby, then we need to make sure that baby hits earthside, and then we go from there. But that baby needs to come earthside, and she's not in a setting where, I think they can have quick emergency C-sections in the event that she's not progressing positively.
I agree. And I'm going to tell you what.
I love you, young Pharaoh. And
love you too.
Everybody been talking about your locks and shit. You over there, all the women over here like, oh shit, let me give my compliments and stroke you a little bit in here too.
Listen, I'm doing these ain't the Nature Boy 5.0s. I'll tell you that. These ain't the Nature Boys. Nature Boy shit look like somebody tried to mow his motherfucking head and just missed. So these ain't the Nature, but I take good care of mine. But I'm gonna say this. I don't like how Velvet told Nature Boy to block her sister. You know? You get drugged for shit like that with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about none of that. Because if you could be a scumbag like that publicly, I don't have no mercy for you publicly. So like I said, in this particular instance, in regards to the material and content of this situation, I'm on her side. Other than that, I'm dragging her ass for that. That was trifling. I don't give a fuck about none of that. This nigga couldn't even look you in your eyes while you was telling this nigga you tired of freaking off. But you can tell this nigga to block your sister. Your sister is showing more concern in the comments than this nigga showing for you right there in your presence. So I don't give a fuck. I don't have no boundaries. I wouldn't give a fuck if you was pregnant with triplets. You get drugged for shit like that. Okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
That's trifling. You got all these motherfuckers from across the country showing you concern about, and they watching this nigga the same way I watch this nigga not give a fuck about your cries on live, in front of everybody. Ain't give a fuck about you trying to tell this nigga that you tired of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But your sister jump in trying to show care and concern, and you gonna tell her to block your sister, but you won't block this nigga. So you get drugged for that, Velvet. Okay.
Yeah, but and rightfully so. You know, I totally can honor what you're saying. Yet that's a real live example of how deep she's lost in the space, right?
Nah.
Like,
see, I don't,
because we have to then talk about like.
I agree, but I don't.
I hear you.
I'm gonna tell you why she not lost. Because she spoke up for herself. She know right from wrong. A motherfucker that's lost don't speak up for themselves. Okay? A motherfucker that know right from wrong speak up for themselves.
They may be aware, but how many of us are aware of information, right? Up. We are aware of information. And, I'm just coming like the feminine.
Velvet knows that what Nature Boy is doing is wrong enough for her to challenge him in front of his audience. She not lost. That's not lost.
That may be as far as she can go right now, though. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
yeah, she what she doing is she testing the waters. Ooh, cause listen, a couple 2 days ago, it was off the camera. She said, "Nigga, you flirting with women in front of me." Now it's on the camera, nigga. I don't even want to touch you right now. See, she see how far she could go. So now,
keep in mind, pregnancy. When pregnancy comes in, you get a whole different type of truth serum comes in when you're pregnant. You start to really be able to be like, I can't, because you're trying to create this space that you feel safe in. That's probably also why a lot of stuff is coming up. Especially when you hit that third trimester, you're trying to figure out, I need to feel safe. I need to be safe. And you start to really speak up on that. You can't even fake it or hide it, even if you wanted to. Right, as some people saying, the hormones are kicking in. You start to be like, this is not conducive to where I feel good right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's another thing to actually step in action, right? Where you have to actually start putting up serious boundaries, serious barriers, and being like, fuck this. That's a whole nother step. And as we see, you're starting to see the confusion with I still want to be here with my child's father, my husband. I love my husband, but this is also not feeling very good. And now it's all this disconnect is coming up, and it gets very difficult. And I'm just sharing that as a mother, who operated in many different spaces of disconnect and relationships not working out. It's so challenging, and it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of discipline to really be able to love yourself in a way to be no, thank you, this is not going to work. And as we are aware, it takes a lot of emotional and mental maturity, as you spoke on. It's a lot of social intellect that she needs to be able to navigate safely out of that space. And if in fact he is very much the psychological, verbal, abusive, even physically abusive person, then she has to be extremely careful. You know what I'm saying? Extremely careful, because women are dying like that. Like, they are dying. Like, and as he said before, I remember that quote, "Ooh, you lucky I'm not in Babylon." You know what I'm saying? But he ain't in Babylon no more. So who knows how far he'll go in terms of like harming somebody. And there's a lot of intricate complexities of emotion that I get swirled up in a mother, and trying to feel safe, but trying to keep her family together, trying to honor herself, trying to figure out where to go. And she is like, where's she gonna run? She big. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's she gonna go? She don't know. But all she knows is that she's not feeling good. And then you have all these people over there. They can't do nothing. It doesn't seem like others there are equipped to handle the complexity of this type of space. And she doesn't have any elders there that are like myself or something that can sit there and say, okay, sister, this is not something that you have to focus on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is over there talking about who's the next wife. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, as a mother, I'm sitting there like, really? That's the topic of discussion? You have her worried about which wife is going to come in and not go, and what type of wife she's about to be right now. The only thing that is up is her physical and mental and emotional well-being. Period. Like, all that other stuff is some bullshit. It's narcissistic. It's selfish. And has nothing to do with helping bring forth that child.
That's right.
So, that's right. I totally am. Oh, it's frustrating to watch. I'm about to go save my motherfucking house right now. But definitely, like I'm saying, all I'm saying is, for those who know me, who also follow Pharaoh, who are also like keeping up with this whole thing, like, keep doing the work that you know that you can best provide support in this way. Pharaoh, I definitely see you in all your ways to do it. And there are so many other ways that those of us who don't have this type of space and platform to do it, like I said, we have our healers, like we have our spiritual teachers, like send up whatever you can to encourage that, to cause something in her spirit to make sure that she makes herself okay, whether it's still there or not, but something that's like can start to really resonate with her to keep her peace. Because, and then after the baby, that's the fourth trimester. And the fourth trimester is a whole nother space that she's going to have to navigate, whether she's there or not, whether she's with her child or not, whether she got like support here, support there, and sisterhood. And because right now it's looking like she ain't even got no sisterhood over there.
She don't.
That's tough.
Yeah, she
but
don't.
You know, I'm also over here just talking from what it is that I see here. I don't claim to be an expert on anything they got going over there. All I know is like it's a mama and a baby there, and I just want to be able to best support and honor them in any way that I can from here.
That's right, and you know we love and appreciate every time you pull up. You know, I wouldn't advise that you pull up. That's one of them CPS cases that you just got to stop going to their mother.
Right? Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not going back that way.
Yeah, back. Fucking. I know you West Coast living, but it's approaching 1 a.m. over here. I'm gonna bring some of the family on as much as I can.
Peace.
And listen, appreciate you coming on. Thank you. Everybody show Miss Wrights Way some love, and we're gonna continue to nature. I got his help at like 95% gone, so he's almost out of here. So y'all just keep riding with me, and we're gonna plug this nigga out. But listen, family, hit request if you want to come in. Okay, and we're going to keep this as quick as we can.